Hi everyone! Today's video is gonna be a makeup routine. It's kind of a tutorial, kind of not. I just want to show you how I like to have my face looking like throughout the day. And when I do take my time, this is usually what it ends up looking. Keep on watching if you want to know how I got this, what products I used. Please subscribe if you like this video and give it a thumbs up and enjoy! Stay hydrated, good for the skin, ya know. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off by clipping my hair away. I actually prefer having my hair up in a ponytail when I do my makeup, just like way away from the face. I'm just gonna clip because honestly that's what everybody do, so I'm gonna do the same. Hair is out of the way, and so I'm gonna start with primer. I use the NYX Shine Killer. Eliminates the look of excess oil and shine, leaving the skin looking matte and fresh all day. And I need that because I've noticed the last year that my skin has been starting to produce a lot more oil. So at the end of the day, my face is very shiny. It's not a great look. I like dewy, I like glowy. I don't like shiny, so I'm gonna start off with this. Oh, it's not that much left. God, I have to buy a new one. I don't have any money. I'm just gonna basically apply this around my T-zone, but also like whatever's left, I'll just apply at the rest of my face, but mostly the T-zone because that's where I get, well, a lot of oil. I'm also gonna put some around my eye area just to smooth that out a bit. And when I'm done, I usually just take a wet wipe. I don't use these on my face, but I use these to wipe down my hands because I don't like having primer all over my hands when I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. Now, I don't use foundation or concealer, mostly because I don't feel like I need it. If my face is very red and I do have a couple of spots here and there, I will probably add a little bit, but I don't think I need that today. So I just go on to face powder, and I use the Fit Me by Maybelline Matte and Poreless face powder. And what I'll usually do is I'll take the sponge and I will just gently dab that wherever I need it, just to get some kind of coverage. And I'll just tap that everywhere. Tap, pad, tap. And then I'm just gonna fold it over like this and go under my eye area, like so. Obviously this is not perfect. I usually like to use a yellow powder. This is by Makeup Obsession. It's like a Revolution Beauty brand. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I remember I bought it and I haven't used it that much. But lately I've had, well, a lot more time to do my makeup, and so I just like to be a little bit extra. And I will use a brush like this, just a small, actually an eyeshadow blending brush, but I feel like I have a lot more control when I use a brush like this. And I just apply this under my eye. And of course, move that a bit further down. You see, that brightens up the under eye area a lot more, and so I've been really enjoying using this. I have to do some kind of research because I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of this. Actually, let me know in the comment section below if you know about some single yellow toned powder to use under the eyes that's not too expensive. To top it all off, I'll use the same powder, again, face powder, the one Fit Me, and a huge, quite big powder brush that I got off eBay 3 years ago, and I'm ashamed. I didn't know any better 3 years ago, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it. And I'm just gonna pat this all over my face, just to blend it all out, really. Now I'm gonna use the same brush, this, right that, and do it just below the eyebrows, little brow bone. Gonna apply it to the brow bone. I can't speak. I feel like my face is a lot more brighter, more even, and I think I just look a bit more healthier. There's not much, but this is just powder, just to color correct my face, actually, just even it out. Now I'm gonna go over to contour, and I'm gonna use the Revolution Makeup Revolution Beauty, as it's called now, contour palette. As you can see, this is very loved and well used. And I usually just go for that color right there. I'm gonna use a brush like this, and I'm gonna be very careful, because last time I used this, I used way too much and I had just like this spot on my face, and that's not pretty. Then use a very light hand. So you can see I don't use much, it's very subtle. Gonna add a few taps more, and I'm gonna bring this up because I have a larger than average forehead. That's the nicest way I can say it about myself. I'm talking about myself here, I gotta be nice. But that's just my forehead, and I like to put some kind of shade there because I feel like that brings the attention to my face. And that's the whole point, really. Putting on makeup is actually my kind of self-care, so I like to take my time, especially in times like this. So my best tip is just to use a very light hand if you're not used to contouring, or if you're a beginner. But there's hundreds of contouring tutorials on YouTube, which basically where I learned it, but just a light hand is my best tip, and build it up. And whatever I have left on my brush, I'll just put it under my chin and jawline. That is the contouring done. I don't want to do any more contouring because I believe that it's gonna end up looking very cakey and muddy, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna quit the contouring right here. What I usually do next is my eyebrows. And I just use the H&M Superfine Brow Liner in the shade Espresso Brown. And I'm just gonna fill in my brows. Oh, gud, I'm not gonna do anything more because I fear that if I do, I'm gonna mess them up. Next up, we have Eyebrow Gel, and it's by the Makeup Library. Just browsing. It's the clear one. It's so bad. I hate this. Don't buy this one. But I'm just gonna make it. It's like, it looks like it has been dried out, but that's just the consistency. But it looks like it has gone bad and that it's really old, but it isn't. It's a confusing product. I don't like it, but I'm gonna stick to it. Gotta use it. Oh, and my nose started running. That's like a clear sign that I'm doing my makeup. My nose starts running. I don't know why. Are you like this? Is anyone else like this? Do their nose start running? Like for me, it's whenever I put on mascara, that's when it gets really bad. And when I brush my teeth. Moving on to eyeshadow. Now, I use a very, very old palette. Do you remember when Kat Von D released this Shade and Light eyeshadow and contour palette? Now I have the dupe. This is also by Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty. It's like it was a good dupe, really. The only thing I can say about this is that the powders are very powdery and chalky. I'm gonna start off with a brush like this. This is a Jessup blending brush, 217. I usually like to use these three. And so I'm gonna start off with that one, this one, that one, the lightest one. And I'm just gonna apply that above the crease just to give some kind of base so that it's easier to blend. Same thing on the other eye. Okay, moving on to this one. I'm gonna blend this one with that one. So this one gets a little bit lighter and apply that to the crease. But I'm gonna start off by doing this, just to kind of mark out where I want the eyeshadow to end. I have hooded eyes, so I usually, like at the top, right here in the crease, I like to go straight out. And that would just lift your eye. And I'm gonna drag some of that on the lower lash line. And now I'm just gonna use the dark color right there to intensify the shade. Now I'm gonna take some more of that one, tap it lightly, and just at the outer corner right here, just to give it a little bit of shade. And now I'm gonna take this brush, the same one I used under here, and I'm just gonna soften out the edges. Take a little bit of that lightest shade and just sculpt a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually add some shimmer. There's no shimmers in this palette, so I'm just gonna use a highlighter. And I use the highlighter in the Revolution Beauty Renaissance Glow palette. It's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury palette, but I really like that one, and it gives just like a little bit of pop to your eyes. I'm going to use a Jessup Pencil 219 brush, dip it in there, and add that to my inner corner, and just drag it a bit out. Just very subtle, and I'm gonna stop at the middle here. Same thing, same procedure. If you live in Norway, you will recognize the same procedure line. And I'm gonna add a little bit on my brow bone. And so my eye makeup is now done, like the eyeshadow is done, but I am going to add some mascara and eyeliner. I use a nude eyeliner. This is the Freedom Professional London Pro Kohl eyeliner. Just gonna add that to the waterline. Water break. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes, just a little bit, just to lift them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Lash Multiplying Mascara. I have used this for years. I absolutely love this, and I have never ever found another mascara that works better than this for me. This is an absolute favorite. I'm gonna use this to the day they discontinue it. But you can see the difference mascara makes. I don't apply to my lower lashes because they're quite long, and I feel like they just drag my face down, so I like my face to be lifted. So I only use mascara on the top lashes. And now my nose is running again. Eyes are done. Now we're gonna go on to our face, and it's actually just blusher and some highlight and my lips left. I'm using the H&M Pure Radiance Powder Blusher in the shade Apricot. Now this is, as you can see, it's very natural looking, and I'm gonna use this on the Monge 53883 brush. I'm just gonna dip that very carefully. I'm not being very careful here, I'm dipping this. Make sure I have some on my brush. Tap off some excess and smile, and apply that on the apples of my cheek. It's weird how a smile can change your mood. Like, I'm tired and then I smile and now I just feel like laughing. I feel like this gives a lot healthier look. I didn't used to wear blusher because I have rosy cheeks, but I don't know, emphasizing it just makes sense to me. Now I have rosy cheeks. Now on to highlight. Now on to highlight. I'm gonna use the same as I used on my eyes, and I'm just gonna use a quite small brush like this. I do believe that this is actually an eyeshadow brush, but it's a bit too big for me, so I'm actually using it as a detailing brush for my face. And so I like to use this, tap off the excess, and just tap it on right here. So I just get a very subtle glow, and I like to connect it with the brow bone. Like so. Whatever I have left, I apply to the tip of my nose. And lastly, I'm gonna apply some of it to my Cupid's bow. Like that. And before I continue with the lips, I'm just gonna take a setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. It's nearly out, so I need a new one. And if you have any recommendation, please let me know, because I like setting sprays. They makes it all melt together and look so natural, and that's the way I like it. So I'm just gonna spritz this all over my face. Ooh, it got on my thighs. I'm not wearing any pants, so that was very cold. Now you know that. I'm not wearing any pants. To finish it all off, we're moving on to lips. Now I use a combo of a lipstick that's discontinued and I'm heartbroken. I'm trying to find another one that's sort of the same. I have yet to find it. But first I'm going to use the lip liner. And I used the W7 Lip Twister in the shade Nude Nude. And I just like to fill in my lips really. I don't overline them that much because I'm not good at it. Just to like let you all know they're there. So I'm just gonna outline them and I can't speak while I do that. Now, it's not a fun story, but my lips are kind of different because when I think I was 2 or 3 years old, I slipped on ice and now I lost my lip liner. Excuse me. I slipped on ice and I cut my lip and you can see I have a scar. I don't know if you can see, I have a scar right here. And it just split my lip. And so I have a scar and that kind of misshaped my lips a little bit. And now I'm gonna apply the Viva La Diva Absolutely Fabulous Lips. And I'm just gonna top off the lip liner with this one. And that completes the makeup look. I'm gonna remove this. So this is my everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video, maybe even learned something. That would be cool. And I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye!